Yes, when does the clinic open? And by clinic, yeah, it's the Doctor's Institute. It's getting opened up, which means we're approaching the present. I think that's kind of where we're at. Hello, everyone. My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 8. A part of me believes that we are ending the flashbacks here. We are truly approaching the present. We saw Takano kind of go through her life very quickly. What we really focused on was her childhood, through the torment, and through the upbringing with her grandfather to basically make his research known. And well, I guess it's somewhat working out. I mean, we got to this point. But knowing what her motivations are really makes her more human. Past the fact that we kind of saw her as like a spineless monster at the end of Chapter 7. It does really help, this whole flashback that we've seen, to really humanize her. So let's see where we're at right now. God, I hope so. This old woman is going to be really happy. I heard some old ladies talking amongst themselves when I was going up the stairs to the shrine. The Irie clinic is already completed, and it's waiting and ready for opening day. The state-of-the-art equipment has been delivered, and the research is waiting to begin as well. Irie, too, is standing by in top form, and he's almost as passionate as I am about Hinamizawa syndrome. The Mountain Dogs, the counterintelligence unit to support and protect our research, are already stationed at a dummy company somewhere near Okinomiya, They are getting in touch with various public institutions. Everything is going well. The only thing to worry about would be the rumors about the Hinamizawa Dam construction plans. There's a rumor that the Ministry of Construction is pushing through a dam project that will submerge all of Hinamizawa, but they're under pressure from several groups. None of my contacts have much influence in the Ministry of Construction, so things aren't going well. Even if applying pressure doesn't work, there are other measures, so either way it'll come to a deadlock. I'm not being optimistic. I just know that's how it'll end. I will conduct research here in Hinamizawa. I'm going to accomplish that with my absolute will. And that's why, even if God rolls a 1 on the die and says that he's going to submerge Hinamizawa, I will not be afraid. I won't entrust my die to God. I'm the one who's going to pick up the die, and I'm going to roll a 6. I didn't come to this shrine to declare war on the god of this place. I came because I know that you can get a great view from up here. I walked by the shrine and headed to the spot I found last time I visited. It's the perfect spot for overlooking the entire village. The strong wind reminds me that I'm only at the starting line, and that there will be a headwind before I reach my goal. I looked over the village without faltering in the wind. Grandfather approached the syndrome from a medical point of view, but he also approached it from a folkloric one as well. The strange belief system in this village is proof that the existence of Hinamizawa syndrome was already known of even in ancient times. So it'll be extremely useful to research their history too. My grandfather hadn't been doing research for hundreds of years, of course. But this place has been here for hundreds of years, and they've been living with Hinamizawa syndrome for that long. Therefore, the beliefs created in this place and the legend itself can be considered the foremost researchers. It's simply stupid to call them old folktales or nonsense. I've been researching them slowly, but they are indeed very interesting. No wonder Grandfather was intrigued by them. Hinamizawa syndrome has many fascinating sides to it. It's just like a kaleidoscope, showing infinite light with ever a slight change of angle. It's so much fun to trace Grandfather's research. Finding the same results as my grandfather reminds me that I am indeed following in his footsteps, which makes me very happy. This shrine is dedicated to Ayashiro-sama, the guardian deity of the village. But this god the villagers worship is simply a delusion that was created by the parasites. when I solve their secret and announce it to the world, the god of this place will be no more. And that's the moment I will take revenge on the one who put me through misery and tested my fate. That's it, isn't it? This isn't just about making my grandfather's dreams come true. It's also about getting revenge for my miserable life. I went back to the front of the shrine. There's an offertory box there, and I'm tempted to throw in some coins. But you normally offer coins to ask for mercy. I don't entrust my fate to God, so I don't need to give an offering. I'm going to unmask him. But until then, Oyashiro-sama is a god. Alright, in that case, I will show some respect for now. As a declaration of war, I pulled out a 10 yen coin from my wallet. The 10 yen coin I found in the telephone booth changed my life. If it hadn't been there, my life would have ended then.
あの1枚の10円玉に関してだけはあなたに感謝するわ。
I'm not grateful to the god of this shrine, though.
でもね、あの程度で私はあなたを許したつもりなんてない。そして私はあなたのご利益なんか期待せず、今後あなたがどんな理不尽な運命を与えようとも、サイコロの位置を出し続けようとも、そんなものにはびくともしない。私は私の理想を勝ち取ってみせる。
My grandfather will be praised and become a god because of the research I'll do in his place. I will defeat the god of this village and become an existence above even gods.
いつから私は神という言葉にこだわるようになったのかしらね。
Yeah, such a simple and possibly fictional thing. I mean, it's really a belief system, right? That's what religion is. You know, gods of all sorts, whether they're, based by religion or, what's the term? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. Pathological? No, that's not right. I don't know what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah, I mean, there's ones of religion and there's other types of gods as well that you hear about in many types of stories. It's all a belief system, though. Like, I don't know. What am I getting at? Who knows? Here, this is the 10 yen coin you gave me before. My debt's paid off now. You just keep clinging to your throne and tormenting people with your trials, while I fight my battles to knock you down from there. And so I chucked the 10 yen coin I once borrowed from God into the offertory box. For a moment, I couldn't understand what happened. The 10 yen coin was supposed to fall into the offering box, but how can I explain this? That's not what happened. I aimed correctly, for certain. Who can miss an offertory box anyway? That's not it. Because the 10 yen coin stopped in mid-air as if it got stuck in a spider web. And then it bounced back to me and fell by my feet. It was as though the offertory box had refused the coin. Of course. An offertory box is to respect God. But what I did was challenge him. That means I jumped. Because I thought I was the only one here. Anyone would jump when finding there's someone else standing there unexpectedly. Oh shit. Is she she's seeing her. She is straight up seeing Hanyuu. How long has she been there? It's like she came out from the shrine. A mysterious girl is standing on the other side of the offering box. She's wearing a shrine maiden uniform, so she must be one of the caretakers here. And that's what I thought too. But there's something else about her. Yeah, something opacity. She's not just one of the shrine caretakers. She is the shrine itself. Because the girl is staring into my eyes. No, she's glaring. I smiled back fearlessly. I think she heard my words of challenge to God. She's wearing that expression on her face because of that. The words came out naturally. The girl didn't nod. but I took that as a yes. What a contradictory feeling. I'm rejecting the god of this land, denying its very existence, yet I don't doubt this girl is that god. The girl opened her mouth to speak.
強い意志は運命を強固にします。
そうよ。
That's what I say to myself. That's what I say to myself often. Excuse me. I've never said that to anyone or quoted it from anything. So under normal circumstances, I should be surprised to hear this girl say that. But this girl isn't human, so I'm not surprised. I replied to her.
神は運命のサイコロを振り、その出目で人間をもてあそぶ。でも人間には意志の力がある。その力が強ければ強いほどサイコロの目などに人は縛られない。わかる？人は極限まで努力を積み重ねることで誰にもくじかれることのないくらいに強固な意志を持つことでサイコロの目に左右されない力を得るのよ。
はい、よくわかりますのです。揺るがない信じる力はどんな運命もサイコロの目も打ち破りますのです。
そうよ。それはつまりサイコロにてもてあそぶ神々への人間の復讐。神々の干渉を排して自ら運命を切り開く人間の賛歌。どんな不運にも耐えて今日も努力で獲得した私の神々しさを知りなさい。
Spiteful laughter flowed out of my mouth. But the girl's face displayed a strong will of her own. Her expression didn't change even a bit.
僕はようやくわかりましたのです。何度繰り返しても決して覆せぬこの運命はあなたの強固な意志の力ゆえ。
そうよ。強い意志は運命を強固にする。鋼のように鍛えられた運命はいかなるサイコロの目にも動じない。それはすなわち絶対の未来。
それを幾百年を生きる僕たちでなく人の身であるあなたが知るとは認めますです。あなたは限りなく神に近い場所にいる。
それは光栄ね。
The girl glared at me with her eyes half shut. No, it was more like she was proclaiming something to me, while displaying her own strong willpower.
僕はあなたに負けない。かつて僕たちはどう戦ってもあなたに勝てないと思った。だから僕はあなたに屈した。地に落ち輪廻の中を這いずりながらみすぼらしく生きた。でもあの子は気づきましたのです。信じる力が運命を切り開く奇跡を起こすと。
私の強い意志が作り出す運命にあなたの強い意志がそれを打ち破る奇跡を起こすというわけ。道理ね。
Because that's the law of this world. A strong will can make a desired future possible.
僕たちはあなたの意志の強さに負けないのです。
古き神の座に執着するのも大いに結構。あなたの意志が私の意志に勝てるか。神は人を試すが、人が神を試してはならない不条理。だからあえてあなたを試してあげるわ。お前の意志の強さが私の意志の強さに勝てるかどうかを試してごらんなさい。
That's clearly a declaration of war from me to God. This is the beginning of my revenge towards God, who put me through so much misery. And this girl, this God, is accepting my challenge directly.
僕はあなたに比べてあまりに非力だけれども、あなたに比べてあまりにできることが少ないけれど、たとえ僕の意志の強さがあなたに及んだとしても、それぐらいでは覆せないくらいに 圧倒的な力の差ではあるけれども。
そうね。私は圧倒的な力を得たわ。その力を得るために、今日までどれほどの強い意志を持ち、初心を貫徹してきたか。貴様ごとき小娘では、私に指一本触れることもかなわないでしょうね。
分かってる。あなたの強大さは分かってる。それに比べて私や私の仲間たちの力はあまりにか細いかもしれない。でも私は諦めないことを選ぶことができる。三途の河原で永遠に石を積み続けるように。気が遠くなるほどの長い時間、あなたに屈しないことで意志の強さを示してみせよう。そして河原に石が積み上がった時、私たちはその川を越えることができ、あなたの前に対等な存在として現れるでしょう。その時こそこの長きにわたる運命の戦いに決着がつく。
I'm really loving the determination in her voice. She doesn't even sound like Hanyuu.
ならば結構。どちらの思いが強いか。強かった方が未来を作る。強かった方の望んだ未来が訪れる。私の未来を一歩も譲らない。その未来では祖父の偉業は称えられ神となり、かつて私を不幸にて試すような真似をした神に対して復讐をする。
Lots of laughter. Stupid little god. I'll show you.
貴様を神の座から引きずり下ろしてやる。かかってこい、この。
Some nice facial expressions there. I haven't seen those ones, so that's new. Yeah, I'm down for this. This is obviously different, but it also raises an interesting question of how is Hanyuu able to come all the way back to this point, you know? Alright, Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi, let's go. Damn, I still can't believe we made it this far, guys, seriously. It's been a long ride. But we're finally ready to take everything we've learned, even from Chapter 7, and I guess just use it all here, you know? Challenging a god is the achievement here. No tips. We don't need no stupid-ass tips. Welcome! Welcome to the world of Higurashi Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. In this world, you will be able to recreate the story from Hanyuu's point of view. Your objective is to create the June 1983 ideal to you. You will need to collect many different fragments to make that possible. However, Takano's conviction is very strong. To overturn it, you will need a lot of effort and a lot of fragments. I'll warn you right now, it'll be a slow and painful process. Please don't please don't. Chapter 7 was a fucking pain in the ass in the midpoint. Hanyuu went through it for over 100 years, and she even had to stop and give in to fate. Defeating Takano's conviction will not be easy. The trial of this world will put you through as much pain as Hanyuu had to endure. You may surrender, just like Hanyuu did, after being emotionally worn down by the constant repetition of the worlds woven by countless fragments. When you feel like surrendering, you can end this game at any time. But if you do, the worlds revolving around your friend's fate will be limited to Onikakushi through Minigoroshi. By forgetting about this world and uninstalling this product, you will finally accept death. Just like Rika did. Your ideal June 1983 can be created by putting together 50 Huh? What the fuck? When the fuck did this become Clannad? Where we're just looking for shit? Okay, 50 fragments that are scattered all over this world. To connect these fragments together, you will need the right ones. There are 50 of them, which may be dizzying. However, this world isn't that merciless. To ease your pain, there will be a little help for you. When you choose the wrong pieces, Your only ally here will give you a sign that it's not yet time to put those fragments together. As long as the sign remains, you won't be able to connect them. You might as well go look for different ones. After you put other fragments together, you might be able to connect the ones you couldn't put together earlier. When that happens, she'll let you know. Let's put those fragments together. Then you'll be able to join the other ones too. When you connect all 50, they'll become one big fragment. There you'll find your ideal June 1983. That's when the long-awaited Matsuribayashi will begin. Before you peek at each fragment, why don't you line up all 50 of them first? Most of them require other fragments, so there are only a few you can actually look at. Let's try to find those first. To see the conditions for connecting fragments, just point the cursor at them. Before anything else, let's find the ones you can look at without any conditions. This will be an extremely long and difficult trial. Let me tell you again, Hanyuu challenged this for over 100 years and gave up on it. If you believe in miracles, in the same way your friends do, even if you don't live in the world where they live, if you believe in them, welcome. Welcome to the world of Higurashi Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. In this world, you'll be tested to see if you believe in the world that Rika and the others believed in. A miracle only happens when everyone combines their strength. The June 1983 created by Takano is nearly indomitable. She's gathered many people whose power are beyond the average person to her side, her backers being at the center of national authority. Even if 100 dice all rolled ones, there wouldn't even be a chance to defeat her. In other words, a miracle is the only way forward. A miracle happens only when everyone combines their strength. And you are one of them. Are you ready? I'm more than ready. The key to a long journey is not to pressure yourself too hard. Well, let's take it at a light pace. I'll work while drinking my usual wine. Shall we begin? We have all the time in this world. I have no idea what the fuck is going to happen here. Is this actually going to be like kind of like a game? Or are we just continuing forward and this was all some very interesting dialogue? You have obtained new fragments. Okay. Okay, so connecting fragments. Oh, shit, okay. This is a lot of fragments. What the fuck? Okay. So do we need to go in order? God damn, that's actually going to be difficult as hell. Oh shit, okay. And then there's all of this. Okay. A fragment from the Watanagashi chapter is required. Okay. Yeah, this is... Okay, so this is telling me what is required. Okay, so we're not ready for those. Yeah, okay, it is telling me what is required first. Okay. That helps, because I really don't remember the order of this shit. This fragment is required first. Dam construction operation withdrawal. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like it happens pretty quickly, or pretty early on, if you will. Tomitake stood up suddenly and saluted when he saw Irie come into the room.
そのニサというのはどうかやめてください。私は医者です。どうもその軍隊的な階級には馴染めません。せめて所長でお願いします。了解しました、入江所長。
Tomitake, of course, knew that Irie didn't like to be called Lieutenant Colonel, so it was something of a joke. They laughed casually together. On the other hand, Takano looked rather fed up with it. She couldn't stand hearing the same joke over and over, and was even thinking about talking to Tomitake about it. But she didn't want to hurt his feelings, so she simply never had the chance. Maybe it's because of how Tomitake pronounces it, but she keeps hearing Risa, which is... okay, so Lieutenant Colonel in Japanese is Nisa. Once she heard it that way, she kept hearing Irie Risa every time Tomitake said it. When Takano told Irie about it, he had a good laugh. Today was just a simple meet and greet, and tomorrow was the actual meeting. Tomitake had already arrived, but there would be more inspectors, from Tokyo at the meeting, waiting to hear about the progress that had been made.
それはそうと、ダムのことで村中が盛り上がってるみたいですね。
ええ、それはもう村中大変な騒ぎですよ。私も役員として自治体の地元説明会に参加してきたのですが、土星と馬星のそれはもう賑やかな説明会となりました。
After the basic Hinamizawa Dam project was announced, the village was consumed with uproar. The government retracted their plans for concessions rather early on. They made their aggressive stance clear. They didn't want the locals to take advantage of them by showing their willingness to compromise. However, that backfired horribly. As they had historical ties to the land, the government's actions only made their bonds stronger. Neither the government nor the locals wanted to back down.
Hinamizawa の人は気性が激しいですものね。やっぱり鬼の血が流れてるからなのかしら。
笑い事じゃないですよ。あの説明会に夜中まで付き合わされた方の身にもなってみてください。
それはお気の毒でしたね。
いや、本当に笑い事ではないですよ。ダム計画はどうなってるんですか？本当にこの村はダム湖に沈められてしまうんですか？
それについては東京の方でも圧力をかけています。表向きは騒ぎになっていますが、実際の裏方ではかなり屋台骨がぐらついているはずです。
その圧力が早く効くといいんですがね。村は朝から晩まで賑やかで、村人の心もこのところすさんできたように思います。診察に来るお年寄りに捕まってたっぷりと反ダム論争を聞かされる時がありますよ。
Yeah, I'm sure all of that is annoying, but also I understand the kind of fear that he has here. It could really worsen the entire syndrome and, have some symptoms showing a little early on and cases where they probably shouldn't be. So honestly, now that we have an idea of what Hinamizawa syndrome is and what's actually happening here, really this whole dam project could just destroy everything, not just submerge the village.
付き合わなければいいのに。入江所長は人がいいから。
そうもいきません。私は研究所の所長である以前に診療所の所長でもあります。話を聞くのもケアの一環ですので。
それはとても良いことです。感服いたします。
私は東京の皆さんがうまく圧力をかけてくれて、いずれはダム計画を撤回してくれるものと分かっているからいいですが、村人にとっては先祖代々から住んできた土地を追い出されかねないと本当にすごい騒ぎです。
立ち退けと言われても引っ越せるほどのお金もなく若さもなく、立ち退き保証金の額の釣り上げが狙いだったのかもしれないけど、急にお役所の態度が変わっちゃって全面衝突。こうなってしまったら穏便に決着というのは無理かもしれませんわね。
かつては保証金に納得して立ち退きに応じようという人たちも少しはいたんですが、御三家の園崎家が強硬意見で村人をリードしてましてね、国との対決姿勢を煽っているようなんです。街宣車みたいなのがよく騒がしくしてますし、ビラやらチラシやら機関紙やらが回覧板と一緒によく回ってきますよ。
ここに住む人にとっては大変な問題ですからね。気持ちはわからなくもありません。
そういう意味では思惑は多少違うかもしれませんが、そんな皆さんのためにもこのダム計画は早く撤回になるよう交渉を進めてほしいものです。撤回されればこの村もすぐに落ち着きのある元の村に戻るでしょうから。
もちろん分かってます。それについては 東京の方で交渉を進めておりますので、もうしばらく私どもにお任せください。
東京の方で噂を聞いたんですけれど、建設省の方になかなかうまく圧力をかけられるコネクションがなくて苦労してるとか。
いやー私ごときでは詳しくは知りませんが、水面下調整がうまくいっていないのではという話も少し聞きます。
Takano had powerful people supporting her, but they didn't control all of Japan. There were some things they excelled in, but also other things that they weren't too good at. Finding a way to put pressure onto the Minister of Construction fell into the latter.
冗談抜きでダムができますからここを立ち退いてくださいなんて話には本当にならないんですわよね。
もちろんです。それだけは絶対に問題ありません。時間がかかっているだけですので、皆さんはどうかそこは任せて研究を進めてください。穏便に済ませることができない場合は、最終的な荒領事も辞さないことで意見はまとまっておりますので。
Oh yeah, some interesting measures sure were taken.
荒領事とは何ですか、富武さん。
そこは我々の領分です。入江所長は気にされなくて結構です。どうかお任せください。
そうですか。わかりました。よろしくお願いいたします。
大丈夫ですわよ、入江所長。ダム計画は絶対に撤回されますわ。だってそう決まっているんですもの。
As Takano giggled, Tomitake laughed too. However, Irie couldn't understand what was so funny, so he felt left out. Irie only understood the meaning of those drastic measures when he examined a young boy that he had never seen in the village before. Yeah. Good times, huh? Swell times, really. So it looks like what we're going through here is basically a lot of tips, but like in a sort of chronological order to make sure that we have everything accounted for. Is that sort of what's happening here? I think, fuck, it's also just marking what we've seen. Or else we're really just, you know, going in circles. Okay. I don't know what's next. I really wish there was, like, a better way to get through these. Or to see which is which. Rather than just thumbnails. Okay. I guess we also have to see this one. I guess, yeah, okay, so there's a few fragments that we need to go through first. And then yeah, like, including this one. It looks like maybe there's some introduction ones. Yeah, like this one right here. Okay. Yeah, so the game board must be set up. That's an interesting one. Yeah, game board, huh? 7 fragments are required. Damn, it's not even going to tell us which ones. Yeah, this will be interesting, actually. I'm kind of curious to see how this is all going to go. But I guess that's what we have planned to do here. That's what we get to go through for a while. And that be that. How the fuck do I even, like, exit out? I don't even know how the fuck I'm going to get out of the game. Oh, well, I'll figure it out. Well, thank you all for watching this episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, I guess going forward for a little bit, we're just going to be going through the fragments. I'm sure this is what a lot of you who have already experienced this were expecting, so sorry if it's a little bit of a slog as we get through all these, but in a way I think it'll be pretty interesting. The reason why I say it's a slog is because instead of just one story going forward or following the same characters or something like that, we're going to be doing a lot of jumping around, or at least that's sort of what it seems like to start, which is kind of going to suck in a way, but I think it'll also be interesting. Again, hopefully it's not a slog, but it's possible that it could be. Nothing like what we had to go through with Sudoko, though. Thank fuck. Oh my god. At least we don't have to do that, right? Right? Please. Please somebody tell me we don't have to do that again. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. All that fancy jazz. Excuse me. God. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna go hit the sack. And then I'm gonna go to bed. So I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.